Ever leave your lights on all night and just cringe when you see that electricity bill?
Oh, tell me about it.
Like, just imagine trying to power an entire civilization.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're looking at today.
Right.
This thing, it's called the Kardashev scale.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically this way to figure out, like, how advanced a civilization is.
Okay.
But it's not about their tech. It's more about how much energy they can actually use.
I see. So it's kind of like ranking them based on, like, their cosmic, I don't know, battery size?
Yeah, exactly. Like their cosmic energy output or something like that.
Exactly.
Right?
And you know, it's really interesting because the Kardashev scale was actually thought up by this Soviet astronomer way back in 1964.
Wow, okay.
His name was Nikolai Kardashev.
Okay.
And his thought was, you know, if we're ever going to find these other civilizations out there in the universe, right?
Yeah.
We need some way to kind of categorize them. Like, how do we even start to understand them?
Right. Make sense of it all.
Exactly.
Right.
And what better way than to look at how much energy they're able to actually harness?
So it's not about, like, how many fancy gadgets they have.
Right.
It's about how much power they can generate to actually run those gadgets.
Exactly. I like that.
Yeah. So Kardashev, he started with 3 main types.
Okay.
A type-ite civilization.
Yeah.
They can use all the energy that's available on their home planet.
Okay, so everything.
Everything. That means they figured out how to capture energy from everything. Volcanoes.
Wow.
Earthquakes.
Yeah.
The sun, the wind, you name it.
That's wild.
Imagine a civilization that can control the weather, right?
Yeah.
They can prevent natural disasters, and they use every single ounce of their planet's resources.
So they're like the ultimate planetary superheroes.
I like that.
Using all their powers for good and for energy efficiency.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, so what happens when, like, they want to upgrade their energy plan?
Right. So then they become a type 2.
Okay.
And that's when they've graduated.
Oh, they're no longer just planet tamers, but they become the masters of their entire solar system. They're harnessing the full power of their star.
Wait, hold on. They can actually, like, harness an entire star.
That's the idea.
How's that even possible?
So now we're getting into some really, really mind-blowing concepts.
Okay.
One theoretical structure is something called a Dyson sphere.
A Dyson sphere.
The Dyson sphere, yeah. Essentially, it's this gigantic sphere built around a star to capture all of its energy.
That's incredible.
Imagine if a civilization could actually build something like that.
Okay, that's just wild. So if type I is like managing your planet like a boss, and type 2 is building these megastructures around stars,
Right.
what's left for type 3?
So type 3 is where things get really, really mind-boggling. These civilizations, they are the galactic emperors.
Galactic emperors.
They can harness the energy of their entire galaxy.
The entire galaxy.
Billions of stars.
Billions. I can barely handle the energy it takes to make coffee in the morning.
Right.
It's incredible to even think about, but then it also kind of makes you realize, like, we're just tiny ants compared to these guys.
It really puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, here we are still trying to figure out, like, fusion power, and these guys are out there playing cosmic billiards with stars.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So we've got these civilizations out there building star-sized power plants. It's incredible.
It is.
But Kardashev, he didn't stop at type 3, did he?
No, he didn't.
Like, where do you even go from there? You've already conquered an entire galaxy's worth of energy.
Well, that's where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
You see, while his original scale, it stopped at type 3.
Sure.
Other scientists, science fiction authors, they've imagined these even more advanced civilizations.
Okay.
Like, take type 4, for example. They might be able to harness the energy of multiple galaxies.
Multiple galaxies.
Maybe even the entire universe.
Okay, so now we're talking, like, God-level stuff here. But seriously, what would that even look like? Like, how do you even begin to comprehend that?
Well, imagine a civilization that can manipulate the very fabric of space-time.
Okay.
Opening up wormholes, right?
Yeah.
To travel instantaneously across the cosmos.
Wow.
Or tapping into energy sources that we haven't even dreamed of.
So not just harnessing energy, but, like, rewriting the laws of physics.
It's essentially, yeah.
It's almost impossible to wrap your head around that.
It is.
But here's another thought, right?
Yeah.
If there are these civilizations out there that are millions, maybe billions of years older than us,
Right.
shouldn't they have this all figured out by now?
It's a good question.
Shouldn't we have seen some sign of them? Some giant construction project? Heard a message on their, like, intergalactic radio or something?
That's the big question, isn't it? It's what's known as the Fermi paradox.
The Fermi paradox.
Named after the physicist Enrico Fermi.
Okay.
And he famously asked, where is everybody?
Makes sense.
The universe is vast, it's ancient, and, if the conditions for life were right elsewhere, wouldn't there be other civilizations out there?
Right.
Much more advanced than us.
Totally. It's like setting up this huge birthday party, sending out invitations to the entire universe.
Right.
And then nobody shows up.
Yeah.
It's like, where did we go wrong? Or, I guess, where did everybody else go? Are we like the first ones to throw a party?
Well, there are plenty of theories out there trying to explain this.
Okay.
One possibility is that the distances between stars, they're just too vast.
Okay.
It makes communication, travel between civilizations incredibly difficult.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like trying to have a conversation with someone across an ocean by shouting at the top of your lungs.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not going to work very well.
Right.
So even if they are out there, we're kind of stuck playing this cosmic game of phone tag.
Pretty much.
With a serious time delay.
Yeah.
That's kind of disheartening.
Another theory is that maybe, just maybe, we are one of the first.
The first?
The first civilizations to actually reach this level of technology.
Wow.
The universe is billions of years old, we know that.
Right.
But intelligent life might be a relatively recent thing.
So we could be the pioneers, like the first kids on the block.
It's possible.
That's kind of exciting, but also a little bit terrifying, if you think about it.
It is a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
But there are even more unsettling possibilities.
Oh, no. Okay, go on.
What if there's something out there, some unknown factor that prevents civilizations from making it past a certain point?
Like a cosmic speed bump.
In a way, yeah.
And most civilizations, they kind of hit it before they can reach, like, type 2 or type 3 status.
Exactly.
Okay, now that's just spooky. Are we going to talk about, like, artificial intelligence becoming too powerful and wiping everyone out?
It's a possibility.
Or maybe, civilizations just accidentally destroying themselves before they even reach their full potential.
Those are definitely possibilities, yeah. The idea that there might be a great filter, some obstacle that most civilizations can't overcome.
It's a sobering thought for sure.
Yeah.
Makes you think twice about how we're managing things down here.
Right.
It does. Maybe we should focus on getting our own act together.
Perhaps.
Before we start, broadcasting our presence to the whole galaxy.
Yeah.
But if we wanted to find these civilizations, how do we even begin to search for them?
Right.
Like, do we need a bigger telescope, or are we talking something completely different? So, like, if these super advanced civilizations are out there, right? Maybe they're hiding, or they've gone dark, or maybe they're just really, really far away.
Right.
How do we even begin to find them?
Yeah.
Are we talking about, like, catching glimpses of their megastructures through some, like, super telescope?
Yeah.
Or is it something, like, way more subtle than that?
It's kind of both, actually.
Yeah.
Scientists, what they're looking for are things called technosignatures.
Technosignatures.
These are basically signs of technology that we could detect across these vast interstellar distances.
So, like, their version of smoke signals, but for a civilization that can harness the power of a star.
Exactly.
Yep.
Imagine, right, if a Type 2 civilization, they actually built a Dyson sphere around their star.
Yeah.
The way that it absorbs and re-emits energy would create this unique infrared signature.
Wow.
That we could potentially detect from Earth.
Really?
It'd be like this giant cosmic beacon saying, hey, somebody's home.
Okay, yeah, that'd be pretty hard to miss, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
What about the civilizations that aren't building giant space beacons?
Right.
How do we find those?
That's where things get even more challenging.
Yeah.
We might look for unusual patterns in a star's light.
Okay.
That could indicate a large object, like a Dyson sphere, is orbiting it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Or we might try to detect the waste heat.
The waste heat.
Yeah, that's generated by a highly advanced civilization.
Okay.
Which, that could be detectable as excess infrared radiation.
So it's like we're doing this cosmic detective work. Searching for clues hidden in, like the faintest whispers of light from these distant stars.
Precisely. And just like detectives, we have to keep an open mind.
Yeah, okay.
Because we don't know what kind of technology a Type 2 or Type 3 civilization would even be capable of.
Right, exactly.
Their technology might be so advanced that it just appears as natural phenomena to us.
Wow.
We might not even recognize it.
So it would be invisible to us.
Essentially, yeah.
Wow. So what does this all mean for us down here then? I mean, we've been on this incredible journey.
Yeah.
Thinking about civilizations using the power of stars and galaxies.
It's mind-blowing, isn't it?
It really is. But it can feel a bit overwhelming too, you know?
Yeah.
Should we be sending out messages trying to, like, make contact? Or should we just lay low and hope that nobody notices us?
That's a debate that's been going on for decades.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
There are valid arguments on both sides.
Okay.
Some scientists, they believe we should be shouting our presence to the cosmos. That contact with another intelligent species would just be like the most profound event in human history.
I can see that.
Right. Others argue it's just too risky.
Okay.
We have no idea what's out there.
We don't know what we don't know.
Exactly. We don't know what the consequences of contact might even be.
Yeah. It's kind of like deciding whether to answer a late night phone call.
Right.
From an unknown number.
Exactly.
Could be good news.
Right.
Could be, could get complicated.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a decision that shouldn't be taken lightly.
I hear you.
But regardless of what we choose to do,
Yeah.
just thinking about the Kardashev scale,
Right.
the possibility of other intelligent life,
Yeah.
it really forces us to ask some pretty big questions about ourselves.
Yeah, like what?
What is our place in the cosmos?
Our purpose.
What are our goals as a species?
Right.
How do we want to be perceived by the universe if it is watching?
It's pretty profound stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly giving me a lot to think about.
Me too.
So whether we're like the new kids on the block, the only ones throwing a party in this corner of the galaxy,
Right.
or maybe we're about to get that cosmic phone call that changes everything.
Yeah.
It's clear that our journey on this Kardashev scale, it's just beginning.
Absolutely.
Who knows, maybe one day we'll be the ones building Dyson spheres,
Yeah.
making other civilizations wonder where everybody else is.
I like it.
Well, hey, thanks for joining us for this mind-expanding deep dive.
My pleasure.
Remember, the universe is full of possibilities.
It is.
The most important thing is to keep asking questions, stay curious, and never stop exploring.